Hi, everybody. It's What's the Tea with Nikkolayla again. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, that's my dance of the day. Today it's gonna be inspiration. Did you see that little thing flying? It's just a piece of lint. What was that? Anyway, so today is it's inspirational day. I I was on the intent that I was gonna film something, so I went to Dallas for the holidays and to be with family. And it was my highest intent to do something there, but I live my life by inspiration, so I have to do it how I feel because it's a flow for me. And when I flow with certain things, I'm inspired to put a video on. Now, my videos, I would say they're consistent, but it's definitely a flow for me. So, um, I'm just going to touch on whatever I'm inspired to talk about. So, went to Dallas, family. I enjoyed my family. We cooked together. Of course, when people are with their families, some triggers come out. So, but you know what? I got to say, with my family, I love them very much. We're pretty easy going. I think it's because we just genuinely really love each other. And we don't make it difficult for each other. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been situations where, we have to talk about certain things. And quite honestly, in my own experience in the past, I wasn't that great of a communicator personally. And it's possible because I didn't have that in my interaction with my own family growing up. It's like communicating wasn't, throat chakras were closed. There's this dysfunction. There's a dysfunction in the family. It's like you see what's going on in the family, but you just don't talk about it. And I'm sure that that is the case for some families. However, I personally was brought up where I wasn't in the time frame where, you know, a child is like, speak when you're spoken to. I didn't grow up in that time frame. My mom did. A child doesn't speak. To me personally, children should always speak. They should always open their mouths because you never know what is going to come out and what is going to be said. And everybody should be listening because there's something that is so pure, especially a young child. I would say before the ages of 7. Not to say that older children don't have anything important to say because they do as well. But there's something about a child that is within that age range, 0 to 7, if they have something to say or expressions or anything. There's something important because, and I consider them coming from that heavenly place because it's just, they've come from that pure place. So they're more familiar with that side of heaven than, oh, I gotta loosen this up, guys. Oh my God. Anyway, so they're more consistent with that side of heaven to me. That's just to me. Whatever your perspective is, you go with that. But to me, that's the children are so pure. Well, anyway, I had a good experience. Love my family. We went places. Didn't really, it was more like someone made the statement, it was another YouTuber, and it was kind of like they talked about this time frame, during this time frame being more of a, not a hermit, but like being like a bear and hibernating. And for me, it seems as though that's what I tune into too, because you have the ability to tune into yourself more often and listen to yourself when you're hibernating. It's like, okay, I've got all my food. So what's interesting is like my whole family didn't really want to go a lot of places. Like we relaxingly walked around the local neighborhood that my family lived around, and we enjoyed. each other's company. We laughed. We expressed ourselves. We talked about some things that we might had a trigger about or a particular issue about. But most of the time we got along perfectly. And that's actually how it's always been most lately, because it's kind of like we've got this hub of family, and we get along. I would call us, and some people are like, that's not perfect, but for me, my experience, especially if you're speaking your truth. Now, me with my family, they're not always like keen on me speaking my truth, but I have to, like, I have to speak my truth. It's just me. Like, yeah, it's, I feel like it's been a part of me more now than ever. It's like, get it out. Be yourself. There's no judgment. One of the things that I discovered also, when something happened where a trigger was felt by one of my family members, and they needed to express themselves, I realized, well, I had already had this idea in my mind, but I never spoken it out to anyone, that I'm not really easily affected by someone else's idea of me. Like, that's your own thought process. If you don't care for me, if you don't like how I express myself, that's your stuff. It's not mine. But you can express it to me if you like, but it's really not going to make a bearing on me, because my skin is not thin. And whether you call it thick or thin skin, I'm not moved by your choice of judgment, because it's not mine. So yeah, it's not mine. And I definitely, but we all have layers of experiences, because don't get me wrong, it's not that something can't trigger me, because things do still trigger me. But personal things, like, if somebody was to so-called, judgmentally attack me or whatever, I'm not moved by any of that, because I know more of who I am. And so, since that's the case, you can't hurt me. I'm not easily hurt, and I'm grateful for that, because to me that's a gift. That I don't take what someone says as truth for me, because I'm the truth teller. And so everybody has the ability to be the truth teller in their own world, in their own dimension, in their own life. Like, tell your own truth. What are you? I'm beautiful. I'm kind. I'm loving. I'm gentle. I'm worthy of all things that are good. Those are the things that you speak out into yourself. And those are the things that I express to myself on a daily basis. It's like, I'm love, I'm peace, I'm compassion, I'm purpose, I'm destiny, I'm oneness, I'm greatness, I'm purity, I'm perfect, I'm love, I'm joy. Now, I'm saying I'm perfect because I'm created perfectly. I am created perfectly, because Prime Source Creator couldn't have messed up on me. And I know that Prime Source Creator couldn't have messed up on you. So you're perfect as well to me. I remember a long time ago, Gary Zamora, some people have called him a prophet, some people have called him a pastor, some people have called him different things, whatever, the revelator. He's a really good man, and he's made a stamp on my life in my past experiences. And it just, you are the truth teller. So I remember one of the things that he would say is, I know who you are. I know who all of you are. Whether you came here planned or not planned, I know who you are. And when he would say that, I immediately connected to that. And the reason why I connected to that is because he was speaking to the essence of who each and every one of us are. If you have a soul, I'm speaking to the ones who have a soul. You have a soul? You are here for a purpose, a destiny, a reason. You're unique and you're perfect. And I know who you are, because you're perfectly created. There was no mistake. You are here. You were planned, because you're here. and what you're supposed to be doing is your own unique essence. So anyway, taking a sidebar right there. My trip was great. Had a great time. I'm here now doing this inspirational show. I'm going to be doing another one, of course, and that's going to be coming up this coming week. I don't know if I'm going to release it this week, but we'll see. We'll go with the. I like to go with the flow of things. Well, one of the other things today, inspirationally, before I got on the show today, I was inspired to sit and let the sun find me and me find the sun. It brings joy and peace and inspiration and love to my heart to know that I can find the sun and the sun can find me because we're one. And so I sat in front of the space where the sun comes in and meets and greets me. And, it's unfortunate that they put stuff in the air. Everybody might not be agreeing with me, but I've seen it. And they attempt to hide the sun. Why? I have no idea. I don't have the real reason of why, but the sun you can get your energy from, as far as I know, especially if you're highly melanated. You can get beautiful, beautiful energy from the beautiful, beautiful rays of the sun. But you can also see the rays of the sun. So I've practiced looking at the sun directly. Like, I can still see, my eyes still work for me. I've looked at the sun when it's at its highest point in the sky. Some people would be like, "What are you doing? You're not going to be able to see." Well, there has been people that have told an expression and let you know that you shouldn't be looking at the sun directly. You're going to go blind. I'm not blind. I can see completely clearly, and I've looked at the sun several times straight in up when it's at its highest point and when it's at its lowest point and when it's sun rising. What I've noticed that it activates my heart. I can feel it in my heart so deeply, and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing. So I encourage anybody and everybody to tap in and connect into the sun, because there is rays and energy that you can receive from it, and from him, because it's the sun. It's a masculine essence, and I've seen rays of pink. I've seen rays of green. I've seen rays of violet. And then when I close my eyes and I'm in, because I meditated in the sun, and I've done that several times, and I see like colors of golden centers and violet. And today I also saw some gray, which I've actually never seen before, which was quite interesting. I'm like, I've never seen gray before. Okay. Of course, when you close your eyes and when you're in the dark, you see the dark, but you can also see colors. Like when you begin to expand and your pineal gland can tap into other realms of experience and whatever. That's a whole nother subject. But yeah, it's just so awesome to see the sun and tap into those colors of rays that come out of the sun. I like the sun. So that was my inspiration. And of course, I feel compassion in my heart when I connect to the sun. I really enjoy it. Um, yeah, it's good stuff. You can't beat it. But like I said, I'm not blind. I can see, and I'm continuing to see, and that's not stopping me. So what I was going to say is that since I tapped into the sun, I said to the sun, "Find me. You'll find me. I feel you. I feel your warmth. I feel your," and sure enough, like, because I saw that so-called overcast thing that they say, it's like, "Oh, it's overcast." I don't agree with that whole overcast. I think it's a bunch of crap. That's my truest, honest statement. Overcast? Are you kidding me? Where I live, it can't possibly be overcast any day. You're putting things into the sky. Whenever you see stripes all over throughout the sky, they're putting stuff in the sky. I mean, but some people can't see it. But I think there's going to come a time where people are going to be more aware of it. There's some people that are aware of it, because I've had conversations with some people, family and friends, that are like, "Yeah, they put stuff in the sky, la 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 la." I remember Prince saying something a long time ago, and at that time he was talking about 40 years ago where they were putting stuff in the sky. And at that time, when I was younger, I couldn't see it, because I wasn't looking there and I was blind. It's possible that my pineal gland was not opened enough to be able to see. My nose is itching. So yeah, I couldn't see it then. Now, definitely see. Definitely clearly see, but that's okay. The sun still will find you. All you have to do is call it out. So I call and I command the sun to come out, and the sun comes out for me. I request the beauty of it. I request the heat from it. I request, and I'm saying request, but I really am commanding. We're commanders of, you can command certain things. Now, I can't say that I am the greatest at commanding, but I'm practicing my commanding because it's a part of me. Like, it's the sun is a part of me. I am a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of me, and we're one. And there's so much love there. So it doesn't look like this video is going to be very long. I really didn't have much to say at this time because I don't really have anything planned. Like, this is an inspirational, impromptu, spontaneous. Yeah, it is, because it's like, okay, we're ruddering back in and moving back into talking about getting on the start of something new. And there'll probably be more new because there's other people, like I said, hibernation. It's like, okay, this is the time where stuff kinds of, like, things slow down, and personally I could feel it myself. It's like things tended to slow down. It's like you can go and do your shopping however you do your shopping. I'm not in that vibration and frequency to do all that. Not to say that I don't give gifts to people, but I like to give gifts to people and family members and friends throughout the year. I don't care for someone telling me you need to do this. I've said that before. It's like, I don't need to do anything. Oh, okay. So I'm going to share this. Somebody put a notation. They sent an email to me, and it was so funny. I thought to myself, what is this about? Well, obviously I was triggered. When someone tells me you need to do something, I'm like, are you kidding me? Maybe you're talking to the right person. The right person is saying, because I responded, I'm going to tell you, you might want to review how, so it's a business, and I'm not going to say any names. It's a business, and the person who works for this company says, you need to do a survey, and we need it as soon as possible. And I'm like, well, first of all, if you're going to tell me I need to do something, I'm going to do the opposite, because I don't need to do anything. No one needs to do anything. And that was a trigger for me. It's like, okay, maybe you need to process that, Miyoshi, because you were highly irritated. But what I noticed about it is, after I expressed myself and sent the message that I needed to send out to speak my truth, I had so much energy. I don't know where that comes from. What is going on with my nose? It's itching. Anyway, oh, and I've been having these wonderful conversations with people, family members, friends, mostly family, long conversations. And it's like, okay, yeah, good conversations, relatable conversations. It's connecting. Yeah, connecting and finding out more passion about, yeah. So one of my shows is going to have my aunt on there, which I'm actually pretty excited. I'm like, I'm letting the cat out of the bag. Cats are in the bag? Cats should never be in a bag. Who made that statement up? Who makes any of this stuff up with I'm letting the cat out of the bag? Like, okay, so I'm like I said, this is inspiration. Like when people say, I'm going to kill two birds with, why would you, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Why would you want to kill a bird? Why would anybody? So sometimes I would say, I'm going to kill two roaches with a stone. Why would I say that either? But anyway, I'm being goofy. So, um, yeah, but I'm looking forward to this wonderful 2020. Yeah. Happy, exciting time for people who are choosing to change and shift their lives. People who are going through experiences where their relationships have changed, or they've made new decisions in their lives, or they're making new decisions in their lives, or they will make the new decisions in their life, taking new steps in your life, doing whatever that makes you passionate, compassionate about yourself, and moving in more self-love direction towards whatever you are or choosing to do in this new coming expression of year. Because there are different timelines. Like I think the young lady's name is Aset, and she said that she celebrates hers during spring, which makes so much sense because that is growth. That's when the flowers bloom and things expand in that way. So it's kind of like you can choose for this to be your new year, or in March to be your new year, whenever that time frame starts, because that is when things bloom and grow and in their beauty. Me personally, I feel like I have been in hibernation. It's like sleeping has been like, I'm just knocking out. Like, what? Yeah, hibernation. So, um, yeah, my family seemed like they were like that too, in hibernation. And but if it's your time, you are feeling led to move to another place and do new things, and I encourage you to be more passionate and kind to yourself and others, and live your wonderful, best, and amazing life, doing brand new things and bringing your unique self out to the rest of the world, because we need to hear what you have to say. We need to hear what you are bringing to the table and bringing out for others to see, hear, feel, know, be, and embrace with you. So I highly encourage your inspiration in your life to be more compassion for yourself, more passion for yourself, more kindness for yourself, me more joyful. Yeah, just more joy in the world. And I am just so grateful for that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, even though I talk about these, attributes and virtues, there are two sides to every story. And actually, because there's two sides of the thing, it's that polarity place that, people talk about. I prefer to live my life more on the more positive side, but don't look, I'm on the planet just like everybody else, and I have triggers, I have things that irritate me, and I'm still evolving and growing just like everybody else. And um there was a time that I actually personally would put other people on a pedestal, and then when they didn't meet it into my expectations, then I was not happy with that particular person. So I've learned not to do that anymore. So it's kind of like, don't do it to, I wouldn't expect anybody to do it with me, and I don't do it with other people. But it's kind of like, don't have expectations of me, and I won't have expectations of you either. Just be you. That's the most important thing. You are perfect just the way you are, and that's exactly how I see you, because you were created that way. But anyway, so this is a face-to-face, one-to-one connection, inspirational talk with What's the Tea with Nikkolayla, because I really didn't have any, most of the time, oh, excuse me, I don't plan my show anyway. I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about. It's mostly inspired. I don't care to really put that much. It's important, but most of the time when I'm giving an expression, or it's inspirational when I'm talking about things to everybody. So, but just like when I have guests that come on, my questions or my interviews with them, they're pretty much inspirational, because I like the freedom of being able to ask anything off the top of my head, because I'm in the moment. And I feel like it is much more. One, for me, it's freeing, and the second thing, it's like I'm pulling from the essence of the spirit within me, that I access, that it's just free, and I'm free, and I like feeling free. It's not planned. So, and then, I talk on the flyby. It's like a story will come to me. I'm like, oh. So anyway, I'm so grateful that you came to my show, and I look forward to seeing more of what you're putting out for, if you're doing a show, podcast, whatever, you know, put a comment out on there. I encourage anyone in any, put a comment out there, what you think of the show, what you feel, certain things that you might be interested in wanting to see, or what you're doing. I'm so grateful, because here's the thing. The way I see it is I'm inspired to promote other people. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be interviewing other people, yeah, from far, near, up, down, low, around. So you're going to see more things changing, and yeah, new things on the horizon. I am so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I am so thankful for where I am, and what I'm being, and what I'm doing in alignment with my soul purpose. And I encourage you to do that for yourself, whatever that is. I am so grateful, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you as well, as you expand in your beauty, in your compassion, in your kindness, in your passion for yourself, and your self-love, and the joy that you have for yourself, and what you're bringing to the table. And I'm so grateful for you and your life. And so I just encourage, and it's What's the Tea with Nikkolayla again, and it's a a whole new brand new year, and we're in it, and let's fly together. So you take care and be well, and be that perfection that you really are, because I know it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the beauty that has the ability to be seen in this world. I'm so grateful for all of you, all of those beautiful beings of rainbow of light coming out and being your beautiful, shining, bright selves. I look forward to seeing all that. So love, love, love. And you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.